scarier stuff than that.
Maybe we'll decide to get buried here.
Just a bit outside.
When you have to shoot, shoot, don't talk.
Sounds like, no man, I prefer cats.
So say good night to the bad guy.
Now let's all get drunk and play ping pong.
What's going on, guys? It's Classic Joey Mac here. Doing another Marvel vs. Capcom 3 update. I know it's been a while. It's crazy how a honeymoon and holidays and all that will start to wear on you, even if I don't have a job right now. So I figured I'd make one or two videos today now that I have some time. I first want to say that we were about a week or two removed from the reveals of Storm and Sea Viper, and I mean, there's been mixed reaction on the boards that I've seen, but I mean, I have to admit, I thought Storm was fine. I thought she was a lot more balanced this time around. You knew she was going to be included. She's one of the most popular female characters from Marvel. She has been for the last 35 years. She was going to be in the game. Sea Viper, we all knew after she was kind of leaked months ago that she was going to be in the game. And will I use her? Probably not. She probably won't be on my team, but she seems solid. I mean, I can't say whether I agree or not with her being in the game because I just accepted it like a long time ago that she was going to be in the game. And I know that's really not like me because I've certainly said my piece on what I feel like the roster, the way the roster's been going. But I thought they were just two solid inclusions into the game. That brings us up to 30 characters, 32 characters total if you count Jill and Shuma. But since they're downloadable content, I'm just going to take them out of the equation for now. So we have 30 characters, essentially. We know we have 2 downloadable content on the way. Free for those of us who reserved their copy of the special edition. So to me, that tells me, well, there's really good English. It tells me that we have about 10 characters left. I know some people believe there's 8 left, some people believe there's 10, some people think there's 12. I kind of just believe there's 10 left. I think they're going to go with the original. They're going to go with a roster of 40, and then Shuma and Jill will come in, and that'll make it 42. And as time goes on, they'll just simply add characters, hopefully throughout the months and years that this game is popular. I've thrown a lot of crazy predictions out there on the boards. I usually do it every time I think there's a reveal coming up. So probably like once or twice a month. And I've edited it and changed it as time has gone on. You have to. And that's what it is. I'm not going to sit here and act like, I've picked the same people over and over again. I've thought about it. I've sat here. I've researched, and that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to just, like, I'm not going to sit here and think Cable is in the game or Apocalypse is in the game or something like that, or Virgil, when there's been no indicators. You have to change sometimes what you think. I have to admit, I probably haven't changed my stuff much, but let's just start. I have it all written down because I'm not smart enough to memorize it, apparently. I'll start with Capcom because I feel like they're the easier ones to guess, and for the most part, I've pretty much stuck with the same. Mike Hager, Cinco, M. Bison, Frank West, and Lady. So, Final Fight, Darkstalkers, Street Fighter, Dead Rising, and Devil May Cry. Mike Hager was leaked. To me, there's no question in my mind that he's coming in, and it follows the trend of Capcom really going back to some of their roots and throwing in a couple of really cult figures from the past. So Mike Hager, is right there with like Arthur as far as, people probably my age, 25, 26, really liked back in the day. So Mike Hager, he kind of fills the void that Zangief left. You know, we really only have the Hulk as one of these towering bulk characters. So I welcome Mike Hager. I don't want 1,000 of these people. I'm glad that we're not going to see, you know, more than just those two. But Mike Hager's a lot different than Hulk too. But I'm just saying. So I'm happy about him. You know, we kind of knew that there was going to be another Darkstalkers representation, and you know, our favorite vampire. You know, or you know, you got to go with her. Bison, another. I'm not really going on a limb here with that. I kind of assumed there was just going to be a Street Fighter villain, and no one fits better than Bison. Frank West, you know, again, I think we all believe Frank West is going to be in this game. We've seen evidence of it, and that's what I'm all about. It's evidence or good speculation. The one that I'm going out on a limb on Capcom is probably Lady from Devil May Cry. You're probably asking why. I think there's just going to be another Devil May Cry representative, and I've said from the get-go that there's probably going to be one or two surprises, especially on the Marvel side. And I don't know, Lady just fits the bill for me. There is a lot of females on the Capcom side, but when you really go back, there's not as many as you think. And I know that my, you know, potential list here is adding 2 more. So, you know, again, I could be completely wrong. I'm not saying that I know anything, but I'm venturing a hunch here. So, on the Marvel side, it's a lot more complicated. We now have evidence that Elektra is probably in the game, which that's very exciting to me. She is overdue, in my opinion. I know some people, you know, disagree with me, but Daredevil representation has been lacking in all these games, and I, as much as I like the X-Men or Avengers or whatever, I'm like, you've got an endless library of Marvel characters, and for whatever reason, we're not using them. So for me, Elektra is long overdue. The Taskmaster, all indicators are saying he's in the game, and it's a good, you know, it's a good idea for Marvel. A little bit like Super Skrull, where you're taking the Fantastic Four and combining them into one character. With Taskmaster, you're probably combining a few characters that aren't going to make it into this game. Bullseye, Daredevil himself, Hawkeye, you know, and so on and so on and so on. So he's actually a pretty interesting character to put in. I'll be very interested to see how his gameplay is. Venom, and that is not me just talking as some type of crazy guy that is wishing for Venom. I'm not a big Venom fan. But with Marvel not putting as many people from the past in as I thought they were going to, Venom seems like this late choice in the game where it's like, you know what, let's put someone from the past in, someone that's a fan favorite, probably both in Japan and America. And you need more than one Spider-Man rep, I would think, in this game. And I'm sorry to those people that are, you know, saying Carnage, but the man, he's dead. You know, he's not making it into this game. He hasn't been around for a little while, I think. So Venom makes some sense to me. Unfortunately, I'm seeing the indicators that Sentinel is probably making it into this game. I'd much rather seen Cable than the Sentinel. I think the Sentinel is completely outdated. And I know Cable is dead. I think he's dead. Excuse me. But if they're going to put a Sentinel in, I'm hoping they update him. I'm hoping they update all of his moves. I really don't want to see this cheap, slow, robotic character in this version. I've waited 10 years for him. So, yeah. But I think he's going to be in the game nonetheless. And the last character that I think will be revealed on the original 40. On Marvel's side, I've been saying on the boards, you know, and people are probably tired of me, that I think we have one last surprise. And I don't mean it in the sense like, oh my god, we're going to get like Galactus as a playable character. I mean it more in the sense that we're going to get a character we probably didn't see coming. And for me, that's going to be Enchantress. She's a female character. She's a villain. She is representing a world that has a couple of reps, obviously, if we're going to go Avengers or Thor. But I think visually she would be really cool on screen. I'm not a fan either. I'm not some fanboy for Enchantress. I don't follow her. But it just seems like a good guess on my part. I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to this. But I do think Marvel has one last surprise for us. So there you have it. Joey Mac's official predictions on Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Check out my previous videos on the subject and latest ones coming up. See ya.